Toyota built its reputation on being the safe choice, the car you buy when you don't want surprises. But in 2026, that reputation is being tested in ways most buyers don't see coming. Toyota has issued a wave of hybrid-specific recalls this year. The federal incentives that made hybrids cheaper just disappeared, and several hidden maintenance issues are quietly showing up on brand new models. None of this means Toyota hybrids are bad cars. They're still some of the most dependable vehicles on the road. But if you walk into a dealership in 2026 without knowing what's changed, you could end up paying more, waiting longer, or driving home in a car with an open safety recall you were never told about. Here's exactly what you need to check first. Warning number 1, the hybrid inverter bolt recall. In December of 2025, Toyota announced a safety recall covering roughly 55,000 vehicles in the United States. This affects certain 2025 and 2026 Camry hybrid models and the 2026 Corolla Cross hybrid. The problem sits inside the inverter, the component responsible for converting the battery's direct current power into the alternating current that drives the electric motor. Toyota found that a bolt inside that inverter can work itself loose over time. When that happens, it can cause a short circuit. In the mildest cases, that means a sudden loss of motive power while driving, which is exactly as dangerous as it sounds if it happens at highway speed. In the worst cases, that short circuit can lead to a fire. Toyota estimates only about 1% of the recalled vehicles actually have the defect. But the company still doesn't have a finalized repair remedy for every affected car. If you're shopping for a Camry hybrid or Corolla Cross hybrid from this exact production window, the smart move is to run the vehicle identification number through Toyota's official recall lookup tool before you sign anything. A dealership is not required to walk you through every open recall verbally. It's on you to check. Warning number 2, the Corolla Cross hybrid pedestrian alert issue. This one is strange because it is not a mechanical failure at all. It is a sound problem. Toyota recalled around 74,000 Corolla Cross hybrid crossovers because of an issue with the vehicle's pedestrian warning system. Hybrids and electric vehicles are required by federal safety standards to emit an audible alert at low speeds because the electric motor is nearly silent compared to a gas engine. Toyota discovered that in certain conditions, the alert sound on affected Corolla Cross hybrid models can be too quiet to be reliably heard, especially in reverse. That is a real risk in parking lots, driveways, and anywhere pedestrians might not see or hear the vehicle coming. Toyota is fixing this with a software update at no cost, but if you are looking at a used or even a brand new Corolla Cross hybrid built between 2023 and 2025, this is worth confirming has already been addressed. It is an easy fix, but only if someone actually brings the car in for it. Warning number 3, the Prius rear door latch issue. If a Prius is on your short list, pay close attention to this one. Certain Prius models from 2023 through 2026, including plug-in hybrid variants, have been flagged for a rear door latch problem tied to water intrusion. Moisture can get into the electronic components of the rear doors and cause a short circuit that allows the door to pop open unexpectedly, even while the vehicle is in motion. For a family shopping for a Prius, specifically because of its safety reputation, this is the kind of detail that changes the calculation. It's a fixable issue, and Toyota is addressing it. But a car sitting on a used lot with an unresolved door latch recall is not something you want to discover after your kids are already riding in the back seat. Always ask directly whether every open recall on the vehicle has already been completed, and ask to see the paperwork, not just a verbal yes. If you're finding this helpful so far, go ahead and hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps me keep making honest, no-fluff car content instead of the usual dealership marketing disguised as advice. Warning number 4. Older Highlander hybrid seat and safety recalls still linger on used lots. If you're shopping used rather than new, Toyota Highlander hybrid models from around 2021 through 2024 have multiple recalls tied to second-row seatback locking mechanisms, side airbag trim covers, spare tire inflation, and roof rail fasteners. The seatback issue is the one that matters most. In certain conditions, the second-row seatback may not lock into position properly, which reduces protection in a crash. These recalls affect a large number of vehicles nationally, and because Highlander hybrids hold their value well and get resold often, there's a real chance you could be looking at a used one with an unresolved fix. This is a case where checking the VIN before purchase isn't optional. It's essential, because seatback failures are a crash protection issue, not a comfort issue. Warning number 5. The disappearing federal tax credit. Here's the part almost nobody explains clearly. For years, hybrid and plug-in hybrid shoppers built their budget around a potential federal tax credit worth up to $7,500. That changed with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, signed into law in the summer of 2025. It accelerated the expiration of the federal Clean Vehicle Credit, and as of October 1st, 2025, that credit is gone for any vehicle acquired after that date, full stop. It doesn't matter what your income is. It doesn't matter which Toyota hybrid you're looking at. There is no federal purchase credit available in 2026. Even plug-in hybrids, which used to qualify for a partial credit if their battery met a minimum size requirement, lost that benefit on the same date. What replaced it is a new deduction on auto loan interest, up to $10,000 a year. But that only applies to vehicles finally assembled in the United States, and most Toyota hybrids sold here are assembled overseas or in a mix of plants, depending on the model. In practice, that means the sticker price you see on a Toyota hybrid in 2026 is closer to the real, final price than it would have been a year ago. If a dealership or salesperson mentions a federal tax credit as part of your savings pitch, ask them to show you exactly which form and which section of the tax code applies, because in most cases for a standard Toyota hybrid, that credit simply does not exist anymore. Warning number 6. State incentives still exist, but they are inconsistent. While the federal credit is gone, some states have kept their own programs running. California's Clean Cars 4. All program, for example, can provide substantial rebates for income-qualified buyers who scrap an older polluting vehicle. Colorado, Connecticut, and a handful of other states maintain their own credits as well, some specifically for plug-in hybrids. The amounts and eligibility rules vary enormously by state and by income bracket, and they are funded separately from anything federal, meaning they can run out of money or change with little notice. If incentives are part of your buying decision, do not assume anything you read online still applies. Check your state's energy office directly before you calculate your out-the-door price. Warning number 7. The hybrid battery air intake filter nobody mentions. This is a maintenance detail that catches a lot of hybrid owners off guard, and it's becoming more common as Toyota's hybrid lineup grows. On models like the Prius, RAV4 Hybrid, and Sequoia Hybrid, the high-voltage battery pack is cooled by air pulled in from inside the cabin, usually through a filter located under or near the rear seats. That filter can clog with dust and, very commonly, pet hair. When it clogs, the battery can't cool properly, which can trigger warning lights or reduce hybrid system performance. Almost no one checks this filter because it's never mentioned in casual conversation about maintenance, and it's easy to overlook because it doesn't look anything like an engine air filter. If you already own a Toyota hybrid or you're about to buy one, this is worth asking your service department about directly, and it should be cleaned with a vacuum and a soft brush attachment only. Compressed air pushes debris further into the battery compartment instead of removing it. Warning number 8. Infotainment. Freezing on the newest touchscreens. Toyota's 14-inch Toyota Audio Multimedia System, found in the RAV4, Camry, and several other current models, has a known tendency to freeze or fail to connect properly to wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's not a safety issue, but it is a daily annoyance, and if you're paying a premium for a top trim with the larger touchscreen, you should know this going in. The fix, in most cases, is a simple hard reboot, holding down the volume knob for 10 to 15 seconds, and Toyota has been rolling out firmware updates to specifically address freezing and camera display glitches on 2026 model year vehicles. If you test drive a Toyota hybrid and the screen stutters or takes a moment to load your phone's interface, that's a known quirk, not necessarily a sign of a bad individual unit, but it's still something to factor into your decision if a smooth infotainment experience matters to you. Warning number 9. Hybrid battery. Warranty coverage varies more than people assume. Every Toyota hybrid comes with a federally mandated hybrid battery warranty, but the length of that coverage isn't identical everywhere in the country. Some states enforce a longer emissions-related warranty period on the hybrid battery than the standard coverage offered elsewhere, meaning two buyers in two different states can have meaningfully different protection on the exact same car. Before you buy, ask the dealership to show you, in writing, the specific hybrid battery warranty terms that apply in your state, not a generic national number pulled from a brochure. This single piece of paperwork can be worth thousands of dollars down the road if the battery ever needs attention. Warning number 10. An open recall follows the car, not the owner. This is the detail that trips up the most second-hand buyers. If you are purchasing a used Toyota hybrid and it has an open, unresolved recall, that recall does not disappear when the car changes hands, and it does not expire on any kind of timeline. It stays attached to that vehicle identification number until it is repaired, whether that is next month or 5 years from now. Unresolved recalls can also affect your ability to trade the car in later, since dealers and appraisers routinely check recall status and VIN history before making an offer, and it can complicate a private sale for the same reason. Before you buy any used Toyota hybrid, run the VIN through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website yourself. Do not rely on the dealership to volunteer this information, because in a lot of cases, they simply will not bring it up unless you ask directly. Warning number 11. Know which powertrain you're actually buying. Toyota now sells standard hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and increasingly, hybrid-only trims across models like the RAV4, where the traditional gas-only version has been phased out in favor of an all-hybrid lineup. This matters because the tax situation, the fueling routine, and the maintenance profile are genuinely different between a standard hybrid that never plugs in and a plug-in hybrid that's designed to be charged regularly. A plug-in hybrid driven without ever being plugged in loses almost all of its efficiency advantage and essentially behaves like a heavier, less efficient standard hybrid. Before you commit to a trim level, be honest with yourself about whether you'll actually use a charging cable regularly, because the sales floor pitch and the real-world ownership experience can diverge sharply here. Warning number 12, ask for the production date, not just the model year, because several of 2026's biggest recalls apply to specific production windows within a single model year rather than the entire model year itself. Two Camry hybrids sitting side by side on the same lot, both labeled 2026, can have completely different recall statuses depending on the exact date they rolled off the assembly line. The vehicle identification number is the only reliable way to know for certain, since it encodes the plant and production details tied to your specific car. A salesperson glancing at a window sticker cannot tell you this from memory, so don't accept a verbal reassurance in place of an actual VIN lookup. Here's the honest takeaway. None of this means you should avoid Toyota hybrids in 2026. They remain some of the most reliable, most fuel-efficient vehicles you can buy, and the underlying engineering that's made Toyota hybrids last for hundreds of thousands of miles hasn't changed. What has changed is the paperwork around them, the financial incentives that used to sweeten the deal, and a handful of very specific, very fixable issues tied to recent production runs. A car with an open recall isn't a bad car, it's an unfinished one. The difference between a smart purchase and a frustrating one in 2026 comes down to 5 minutes of homework before you sign, checking the VIN, confirming the warranty terms in writing, and asking direct questions instead of accepting a friendly nod from the person trying to close the sale. Do that, and a Toyota hybrid in 2026 is still one of the smartest, most dependable choices on the market. If you found this useful, stick around for the next video, where I'm breaking down exactly which Toyota hybrid model has held its resale value the best over the last 5 years, and why it might not be the one you'd expect.